Hello guys, it's James and we are back for our round 19 tips for the week. I'm doing this actually Sunday night because I know I've got a couple of deadlines this week, so I might be busy come Thursday/Friday night. I thought I'd get it done early, so I haven't updated all the screenshots, but hopefully this video makes it to you before Friday night's game. So it's kind of the trade-off. This week was actually okay. We went positive. We're back over $1,000, albeit thanks to two bonus bets. The one on the Friday night that lost, and the one on the Sunday, the first game of the Sunday loss, the Port Gold Coast game. So super lucky to be able to flip that into the Sydney North game and then the Brisbane West Coast game on the Sunday. So we're back over $1,000, which is great because we've had a couple of rough weeks in a row, but we took the $2.50 4 games per the week approach, and that thankfully paid off. But yeah, we'll quickly get into the recap. The first game of the Friday or of the week was the Collingwood Geelong game. This one was super unlucky. Zach Guthrie was amazing, and I said in the last video, Zach Guthrie can have quarters where he scores 1 or 2 posies, but don't worry, because he can have 6, 7, 8 posies in another quarter, and that's exactly what he did. He had 2 posies in the first, and then I think it was 6. I don't think it was 7 in the second, but he can have swings like that. Albeit, I usually don't like those players who can have highs and lows, like a big variable, but at the end of the game, he is usually around 13 to 18 posies. So he's got a nice small range there, albeit his quarters can be a bit sporadic, a little bit. 2 posies or 8 posies. Zach Guthrie usually comes good, so super happy with how he performed. Max Holmes was great off the half-back line. I don't need him to play in the midfield for him to get 20 posies. He was good for like 25 that game. He was great. He's just, the way he runs and gets the footy and sprints, he's like a little mini Patrick Dangerfield. Unfortunately though, Lachie Schultz didn't hit. Lachie Schultz, all we needed him, so every game this year, he's always had a scoring opportunity, whether it be a goal, a point, a mark, a set shot, whatever. He had that. He kicked the point. He kind of got criticized in the call. He should have handballed it off. That's not what we want for someone who's got him on the punt. He kicked the point. He also had the ball kicked to him on the lead. He had a couple of opportunities, albeit he went for the mark in the fourth quarter and hit his head with Tom Stewart, and he got concussed and subbed off. It's super unlucky, but you just can't help for that. For a goal scorer, you only have a small handful of opportunities for them to kick that goal, whereas the disposal getters, you usually have the whole game. Start to finish, you have 2.5 hours for them to hit their target, and they can slowly build up to it. A goal scorer, you need like 1 or 2 striking opportunities, and he had that, he just didn't get it. So look, Lachie Schultz, if he plays next week, I assume he plays next week. I don't think he was concussed. He was subbed off, and I don't actually know if he passed his concussion protocol thing, but he's someone I would bet on again next week. But very unlucky, but we got a bonus bet for that one, and it depends how you spent it. We got lucky and actually put it towards the so there were 2 games to start the Saturday. There was the Sydney North game, and then there was the Hawthorn Freo. We luckily put it towards the Sydney North game. Tom Papley hit. He was on fire early. He was great. So Tom Papley, like a forward, I'm usually not a huge fan of for posies. For 15 posies, first place versus like bottom 4, Tom Papley, I told you, he was like prime. A small forward to get a lot of the footy against a bottom of the ladder team. It was great. Errol Goulden, there was no Will Phillips, there was no tag, and Tristan Cherry, who's been on great form all year. I was kind of hesitant on him versus Brodie Grundy, but he was a little worrying in the last quarter or so. Didn't get as much footy, but thankfully Cherry had, I think it was like 9 posies at halftime. He was looking good. Oops, 1 sec. I just got to get the door. 1 second. But yeah, we were able to get this one for $3, and we had the bonus bet on it, which was fantastic. Again, I haven't updated the screenshots. We're just using the screenshots of last week because this is Sunday night for me, so I need to pump this video out because I won't have much free time. Let's go to the next game. The next game, or it was the same time, was the Hawthorn Freo game, which was very unlucky. This James Sicily, kicked 3 goals. I didn't watch this one. I only watched like half of the Sydney North game because then I was out for the rest of the day. But I saw Sisley kick like 3 goals. So like sometimes you just can't plan for that. Like one of the all Australian full backs or half backs playing in the forward line, like you just can't help that. Super annoying. Sam Sturt, another problem with the goal scorer. A goal scorer, you have 1 or 2 strike points in that 2.5 hours. If they do nothing until half time, like they have the risk of getting subbed. Same thing has happened with Logan Morris early this year. He did nothing till half time and then got subbed, so very unlucky. Connor Nash was the only one to hit, so that game was just kind of fall flat. Caleb Sarong, who I would bet on again. I'll be back 1 second. So yeah, super annoying. Only 1 of the 4 legs hit for that one, but yeah, very unlucky. You can't account for James Sisley playing out of position. Caleb Sarong just missed, and Sam Sturt being subbed off. Like, that is just super unlucky. Anyway, next game of the Saturday was the Bulldogs-Carlton game. Another one of the bets that was looking good at halftime. Jack McRae, fine. Riley West scored. Bailey Dale was on track for 40. He was on 21 at halftime. Riley Sanders was on 8 at halftime. Then he was on 11 in the last quarter. I'm like, yeah, okay, he's kind of on track. If he just gets 4, that's what he's averaging. That's what I need him to get. 2 posies in the last quarter, and it's super annoying. One of the midfielders, there was no Treloar. It's all lining up for Riley Sanders just to get 4 touches, and he misses. So very unlucky. Super unlucky. Like, you just can't help that. That's super annoying. And the Doggies won. Doggies midfield looked pretty good in that one, and yeah, very unlucky. Riley Sanders could have easily got another 2 posies, but didn't. So that's one other bet that we didn't get for that day. This one was fine. Or actually, Mason Wood was struggling. I'm pretty sure he was on like 1 posie at quarter time. Thankfully, he came back. I know for the games for Saturday night, it was like raining at the G, and it was also raining at Adelaide Oval. But Rowan Marshall against Riley O'Brien was fine. I didn't actually watch this game. I was kind of watching little bits of the Essendon Melbourne game. Hunter Clark, just from looking at the stats, he had no trouble. He was in like the top 4 or 5 ball getters for St Kilda for at least until halftime. I'm usually really checking the stats until halftime, until I don't want to be a bad culprit of counting my chickens before they hatch, but especially for that Doggies Carlton game. But yeah, this one actually got up, which was super lucky. But again, this one was because Mason Wood had like 6 posies in that last quarter. So thank God he turned it up. I'm pretty sure it was because of the 6 posies in the last quarter. Yeah, because I know he finished with 15. Yeah, Mason Wood, 15, kicked 2 goals. And then, he had 5 in the last quarter. So there you go. Otherwise, Rowan Marshall and Hunter Clark were fine. So that one hit. The other game was, so Harrison Jones kicked 2 points. I know he was playing on the wing, but for $2, and when he hits 7 out of 10 times, another very unlucky one. But again, that's our goal scorer. That's the decision we're making. Our goal scorer only has a small handful of opportunities to get their result across the line, and if they don't get it in their 1, 2, or 3 opportunities, that's it. Trent Rivers looked amazing again, with no Petrarca and Oliver a bit out of form. Trent Rivers has been into the midfield after playing half back for the most of the year, so he's been fine. Neil Bullen, he's probably been our most safe bet all year. It probably was Braden Maynard or Max Holmes for a point, but I think Neil Bullen has been the safest bet all year, so he's been great. So 2 of those legs hit. Harrison Jones missed after having his opportunities. So super unlucky. Anyway, heading into the Sunday game, Willem Drew, Dan Houston, no worries. It was actually Jackson Mead. Now, I think Jackson Mead, what did he get? 1 posie in the last quarter? Far out. And Gold Coast at home, of course they win. That is crazy. He finished with 14 posies. Jackson Mead, 1 posie in the last quarter. I think that's 3 genuine super unlucky games this week. So Dan Houston bounced back after missing his last 2 weeks, which I was super confident he would. He's probably Port Adelaide's best ball user. He is a great kick from half back. Will always usually find the corridor, start the chain. Willem Drew playing on the wing. Haven't been worried about him at all because he actually, I just said Neil Bullen's probably been our safest bet all year, but Willem Drew has definitely been up there. The only problem is sometimes when I bet on him earlier in the week, he'll be like $1.10 or less, which is not great value. But if you get him before the game, he usually goes $1.25, $1.30. So if you get him before the game, he's always usually great value. Just very unlucky. Jackson Mead finished with 14 posies, had one in the last quarter. That's like our third bet in this week that could have got up. So we could have easily been like 6 from 9 this week. Anyway, so when that bet failed, we have our bonus bet that we use in the Brisbane West Coast game. But before that game finished, this game started at halftime, which was annoying because my own personal bet got up because I had Toby Green, I had Perryman. Who did I have in my own bet for this one? Resulted bets. I had Finn Callahan for 20 plus. And so my own bet actually got up, but Brett Daniels, I'm pretty sure Brett Daniels, who had, was it 0 or 1 posies at quarter time, actually ended up on 14, was it? He was super close. 14 posies after having 2 in the first quarter. So he actually came back, but not enough. Daniel Rioli has been great for 20 all year. His odds are actually gotten a bit shorter. I think he was $1.26 for this one. Toby Green and Harry Perryman missed the week before, but I've been betting on them pretty much most of the year, except where Perryman's been injured, and they're players I'm confident on betting even when they missed the week before. So yeah, very unlucky. I included Finn Callahan, but again, we're not going with my bets. We're going with the ones we include on the video, and Brett Daniels missed by 1. So actually, that's 4 bets now that have been like super unlucky, where they've had their opportunities but haven't quite hit. And you'd think, you know, a half forward, small forward player against 18th on the ladder could have easily got 15 posies, but 1 short. Oh, we could have easily cleaned up this week. Again, we're still lucky to have finished positive, but it could have been so much better this week. And our last bet for the round, which we used the bonus bet from the Gold Coast Port game, I was so confident in Darcy Wilmot for 20. I'm kind of kicking myself I didn't go for him. My own personal bet, actually, I had Logan Morris for goal scorer, and watching Kai Lohmann kick, I don't know, was it 2 or 3? I was kicking myself, and like Logan Morris gets subbed out, so very unlucky. But again, okay, Kai Lohmann kicked 2 goals too. So Lockie Neal, another 3 votes, fantastic. Darcy Wilmot got 20 plus. Joe Danaher, fantastic. He's been great all year. He gets like 3-4 posies every time he plays in the ruck, usually in the forward line or when he pinch hits, because he'll push his opponent off, grab the footy, hack it out. I don't care where the footy goes after that, as long as he gets his possession, which is great. So this one actually got up, and we had our bonus bet from the Gold Coast Port game. Again, I haven't updated all the screenshots because it's Sunday night. I want to try and get half of this video out before it's too late, because sometimes it takes me too long to get ready. But we're back over the $1,000 mark, which is fantastic. Again, I'd like to thank you all for your support and everything this year. It's been fantastic. I really appreciate all the thumbs up, the views, the subscribers, the comments. It all really means a lot, especially each week. This video takes like 6-7 hours to get ready. Like every Friday morning, I'm jumping on the computer at like 8 in the morning, and I'll try and get this ready by lunchtime. Again, I know I'm working this lunchtime, so I'm trying to smash this out Sunday night, so I save myself a little bit of time this weekend. So again, it really means a lot, especially all the comments in the Discord. All right, let's go over our round 19 bets for this round. First of all, the one last night, super annoying. Everything there hit except Luke Nankervis, who has been our boy all year, who hadn't missed a proper game. He missed the game where he started sub, so like you can't help him for that. Every other game he's hit, he looked great. He was amazing in the third quarter, and when the Crows were like down a backman and like 2 rotations on their bench, I thought, all right, he can come back and do this, but not to be. So maybe we'll talk about that more next week. Super unlucky, but anyway, we'll get into the GWS. What's this? The it's the cup or something, the two new teams cup, whatever they call it. But yeah, our bet for this one, there's a lot to pick from in the 15 posi bracket. We're actually pretty spoilt here. I've selected Kieran Briggs. He had a great game against Tom de Koning, and he played Nankervis last week, but he's been looking great, and the misses he has are like 13, 14 posies, so he's always very close, and he's going up against, Ned Moyle, so there's no Jared Witts. I really feel like Kieran Briggs can have a good game here. Lockie Ash was just kind of that extra little thing we needed to get over the $3, but as you can see, he's averaging like 21 posies, 10 out of 10. The only game he missed this year was against West Coast, and he had a stinker, but GWS like won that easy. That was like round 3 or something, so I don't really worry about Lockie Ash. Brent Daniels, it's his 100th game, and he missed last week on 14 posies after he had an absolute blinder. Great game, so I feel like out of the bunch here, he's my favorite to select from, even though I like all of them here. I like Perryman, I like Alex Sexton. Oh, the temptation to go huge is very strong in this one, but I'm gonna try and wind it back because we have our one good, value selection in Kieran Briggs. I really like Bodie Euland. He $1.52, 8 out of 10. He hasn't missed in his last month and a half. Very much under the radar, hitting his last 6 games. I was tossing and turning for like half an hour on this, whether I go Kieran Briggs or Bodie. Up to you guys, or if you want to include both. The only reason that stopped me was because Lockie Weller's back, and he's going to be playing in half back line, and that was kind of my reasoning why I didn't include Sexton, even though I like him. He's averaging like 22 posies, had a great year. It's up to you guys. I really wanted Bodie, but I've gone Kieran Briggs. No one I really like in the 20 plus posi bracket. I mean, Finn Callahan's there, but for $1.24, and oh look, I like him. I've highlighted him because in another scenario I would bet on him, but yeah. Sam Flanders though has just been an absolute ball magnet. 31.5 posies, like 33, 42, 33. I really like him, and I know he's a bit short at $1.15, but yeah, I like Sam Flanders I kind of like to, like a ball getter in my team is amazing. So to have Sam Flanders, someone who I'm confident will get 25, I really like. And Ben Long I've highlighted, but I've gone for no goal scorer, but 10 out of 10, averaging 2 goals a game. Yeah, again, he's been great. So someone else I've highlighted, if you see value in that, go for it. But that's my bet below, and there's a bunch to choose from for good odds. But yeah, Kieran Briggs, after just watching him smash like TDK 2 weeks ago, I want to jump on him again. So let's go. So hopefully that one gets up. Let's whiz through to the next one. So St Kilda West Coast. Oops. Trying to get it relatively in the middle. There we go. Who do we have? Oh, yeah. So Mason Wood actually missed against Sydney. Fair enough. Best team in the comp. He missed by 1 posi, and he just hit against Adelaide in like the pouring rain. So I really like Mason Wood for $1.25. Great value. One sec. We've also got Wangani Malira, who's been fantastic this year. Little hesitant that they're versing West Coast at Marvel, but yeah, he's been in great form. Hunter Clark as well. He's just missed that 1 game for the year by 1 posi, so he's got no other reason not to be in the bet. Loving him. And Harley Reid, yeah, the hype. Get around him, averaging 19 posies. I feel like he's probably the one West Coast player I really like to bet on for this game. So yeah, we'll get on Harley Reid just to have a little bit of a spread, so it's not all St Kilda players. I also like Rowan Marshall. Little short for my liking, but he did have it wasn't even a bad patch, but I usually versing, what's the West Coast? Is it Matt Flynn? Is he the one playing for, or is it the Williams? Forget his name, but Bailey Williams, that's right. No, so not Matt Flynn. I don't think so. Anyway, so it's Bailey Williams. So I like Rowan
Ron Marshall for that one. Josh Battle of highlight. Liam Henry actually has... So he's actually really 6 for 9 when you take out his injured game. What was it, in round 2 or something, where he did a hamstring, or round 1? Round 2. And then he came back, had an absolute stinker, but that's like an outlier where he got 4 posies. And then the second game where he got 10, and then after that he's hit a bit of form. So 15, 15, 13, 16, 20, 13, and he's versing West Coast, playing high half forward, should get a lot of footy against one of the bottom teams. So I've highlighted. I haven't quite gone for him, but I do see value there. And even though the form guide says different, I see Liam Henry having a good game. Wangan and Malira I've got for 20, just in case if you don't want to go for 25. But yeah, dude, 9 out of 10, 28 posies. He has had a good time. And the one he missed right there, it's 24. So he's missed by 1. So I like Wangan and Malira for that one. Goal scorers, not much to pick from. Yeah, no, that's just a rough one to pick from. Anyone, I wouldn't, like Jack Higgins missed last week. I mean, yeah, sure, he might kick on this week for $1.05. I don't really want to risk that. So, next game, we have Hawthorn Collingwood, and again, I'm backing Nick Dacos after, you know, dude, he's just having an unreal season. And Hawthorn, I don't think they have a tagger, right? So I feel like Nick Dacos can have his way there. At least I'm pretty sure. And then Darcy Cameron, look, aside from that one game where we did bet on him, where he got the, not broken ribs, but sore ribs and was taken off pretty much at halftime, has been great. So I'm happy to back Darcy Cameron again. And it's crazy to see Lloyd Meek is shorter. Well, not shorter, they're the same value, but like, how are they the same value? And he's hit 5 out of 10, averaging 14. Yeah, I gotta jump on Darcy Cameron for that. Jack Ginnivan, who's against his old team, he's getting a lot of the footy. So if you want to bet on him for 15 or a goal, I see it, but I think I would go just Dylan Moore, a lot shorter, but averaging almost 21. Dude, he is an electric. He gets so much of the footy for a small high half forward role. So really like Dylan Moore for that one. Again, just bunch to pick from here from 15. Like Braden Maynard missed last week, had an absolute stinker, but I kind of see that as his outlier. Jack Scrimshaw, who also just missed, but it was only by 1. Oh, look, I've included Jack Scrimshaw in my bet, but I could easily swap that out for Braden Maynard. Easily. I think that is much of a muchness there. I think Braden Maynard's just absolute stinker last week is what sold me for Jack Scrimshaw, but he's averaging an extra posie more. So, yeah, up to you on that one. But, yeah. Josh Dacos I've highlighted. If he gets out to like $1.20, sometimes the odds, well, not sometimes, the odds always do change. By the time I grab this data on either Friday morning, Saturday morning, the odds will change just before the game. Sometimes slightly, or sometimes, not for all players, for some. But I feel like Josh Dacos could maybe get out to $1.20. If he does, I would include him. Carl Amon, been great. And especially, you know, having a bit more kicks from half back, because I don't know where the fuck James Sicily is going to be playing. They throw him. Hawthorn are throwing players around, wasn't it? Weddle was thrown around. Blake Hardwick's been thrown around heaps, back or forward. And now James Sicily was then playing forward, kicked 3 goals. Like, good on him, but dude, it's annoying to bet on then because you don't know where the fuck they're going to be playing. And yeah, Nick Dacos, 10 out of 10, averaging 33. I've taken out that, I think he got one game where he was subbed off. So that's excluded. But apart from that game where he got subbed off, just a beast, absolute beast. Getting so much of the footy. And I've highlighted Jack Ginnivan for the goal scorer against his old team. I feel like he can get something there. Surely there'll be like a high free kick in this, like in the forward line, and the Collingwood fans are all just booing, going crazy, and I reckon he'll get one. So that is that one. Let's go to Geelong Bulldogs at GMHBA. Our proposed bet, a bit hard to see, but we've actually got a fair few there. But Holmes, Dale, I'm pretty confident in, and they're not the best odds. They're actually quite short, but again, it's just to get me over that $3. So Bailey Dale, you could almost take out like Max Holmes and Sanders and replace Bailey Dale for 25. But Riley Sanders missed last week. I'm pretty sure that was his first genuine miss without being sub, or was it this 13? I'm pretty sure it was this 13. So again, I do like Riley Sanders. Had plenty of opportunities. He's in the right spots, so it's not any worrying signs to stop betting on him. Just didn't get 15. Zach Guthrie, again, been great. He can have 2 positives in 1 quarter, or he can have 8 or something. So I like Zach Guthrie. I feel like the Doggies need to win this to play finals. I feel like there'll be a lot of inside 50s. Doggies midfield are insane, so they'll be throwing it, or kicking it into Geelong's defensive 50. Zach Guthrie, and they'll be having plenty of scoring shots. So yeah, I like Guthrie there. Tim English, his misses this year have been like 14, 14, 14, 13, and against they're ruckman for Geelong. So is Stanley playing, or is it going to be Blitzarves or lineups? Yeah, Blitzarves. And then I really like Tim English for that. Tim English just not playing the best footy that he did, like last year. But I still think he can get 15 there. And his last couple of games have been better, 17, 19. So I feel like he's picking it up a bit. Is that all? Yeah, and I've spoken about Max Holmes last week, but I know he did have a stint in the midfield and he's back to playing, the half-back role, but he doesn't need to play in the midfield to get a bunch of footy. He can still get it from half-back. As you can see last week, was it against Essendon, or who was it? Carlton? Still got a bunch of footy last week in playing halfback, which is great. Goal scorers, dude, my 2 favorite goal scorers going against each other, Brad Close and Riley West. I'm surprised I didn't include a goal scorer here in my bet, but I would be going Brad Close. Oh, how have I not gone Brad Close? I could take out $1.28. Oh, it'd either be English. I'd probably. That's a tough one. But yeah, you could take out English for Brad Close. I've highlighted Sam Darcy there. Good value because you don't need to go these guys. They're a bit too short. I love over $1.20, and Brad Close has been great all year. So don't blame me if you include him. But yeah, that's the goal scorers for that game. Let's fly through so we can get this video up before the Saturday game. Richmond Port at Adelaide Oval. Proposed bet for that one, Willem Drew, just keep backing if he's over $1.20. He's been great all year. I've also got Jackson Mead, who was on 14 posies for pretty much the whole last quarter against Gold Coast last week. So I got to back him again till he hits, because he's had a great run, and as soon as I put money on him, he turns to a spud in the last quarter. So surely he's not going to spud it up twice in a row. Jace Burgoyne playing on the wing, his misses, kind of like Tim English, will be 14 posies. So he's always one off. I feel like he'll still get a lot of it on the wing there. He's a great kick. But again, there's a lot to choose from here. So, I've highlighted Logan Evans and Alir, both, playing in the back line. But Logan Evans has played 4 games and he's hit 3 or 4. Alir has been in insane form, and I'm pretty sure I've highlighted him for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and which is insane. I never would have thought I'd be highlighting Alir for 15 posies, but he's been great. He's been really good, but it's against Richmond. So if you want to be highlighting Alir against one of the bottom teams, and there's no Tim Taranto, and Richmond's midfield has been weak all year. So I don't know if I go a Port backman for this one, but I've highlighted because I still like, but there's others to pick from here. It's the same kind of with Dan Houston. I like, but it's hard picking. And it's Adelaide Oval. It's very hard. So I'd rather go the people who are on the ball. And I know, Jace Burgoyne plays on the wing there. Jackson Mead, I still think can still get it, but he missed last week, so I want to back him again. Connor Rose has had a great stretch. Oh fuck, you know what? Maybe I could take out. I'm having a couple of second guesses on these ones. Connor Rose's last month has been huge, and against an undermanned, shitty Richmond mid, because I'm pretty sure there's no Taranto. No Jack Graham, no Dusty. Lineups. Excuse me. Yeah, on the ball, they've got Liam Baker, Hopper, Dion Prestio, who could blow a hammy any time there. Yeah, I'm really tempted for Connor Rosie. They've listed him in the forward pocket, but again, you can never trust those. Yeah, I reckon that is very tempting. Again, something that I might change personally later. I've gone for this for now, but yeah, very tempting. Ollie Lord I've highlighted there again for a Port goal scorer. I think I've highlighted him again for the last couple of weeks, which has been good. Ryan Mansell. I mean, the form is there. We have a green and green, so I've highlighted him. But again, it's just so hard to justify picking a Richmond player, kicking a goal, like bottom team in Adelaide Oval. So highlighted, but I haven't gone for him. So yeah. Anyway, that's the Saturday games. Let's move on to the first game of the Sunday, which this will be such a good game. This will be such a good game. I'm going to it. I can't wait. 1 second. Oh, all right, so we've gone Kyle Lohmann for a goal scorer. He's like $1.48, great value. I considering everyone else in that list, everyone else is too short. I still think it'll be like relatively high scoring, you know, as in like maybe both teams scoring around like 80 or something. Not that high scoring then, I guess, but it's I think Kyle Lohmann will still have his opportunities. Joe Danaher, he's actually gone back to green, so he's been relatively short, but I'm guessing it's because it's against Sydney. And I know he does get a couple of posies when he does pinch hit in the ruck, and he provides a marking option up the ground. And I know he's going against Brodie Grundy, and then there'll probably be like Lewis Melican or someone on him, but yeah, no, Joe Danaher has been great, and trying not to think like, oh, just because he's versing Sydney, he's not going to get it. I'd still like to back him anyway. Taylor Adams, this is probably one of the last times like I'd highlight him. I think he's getting phased out, but there's no Mills. McInerney's not playing. Could he get subbed? I know he started sub like, was it 2 weeks ago? Oh, and Luke Parker's back though, so it's another... do you highlight him? Do you pick him? Berry has been fantastic. 21 posies, 10 out of 10. I don't actually have him. I went Wilmot as the last option because I liked Goulden, Danaher, Lohmann, and then Wilmot. Wilmot, who I was very bullish on for like 20 posies last week, and I wussed out and went 15, but still got up, so can't complain too much. Oh, and I've written, these odds will usually get better before the game, so this is, you know, a Sunday game, so it's not quite there. I feel like Josh Dunkley could get to like $1.20. He's $1.05 right now, and so that's why I've provided this bet for the moment with the current odds, but I really feel like that could change. Like, if it does, yeah, I'd probably then consider swapping out Goulden and then putting in Josh Dunkley, because, you know, going to the game as a Lions fan, I don't want to be cheering on Errol Goulden, and I don't think Goulden will get like a hard tag. Yeah, I know he plays on the wing. Barry's been playing on the wing, and he's like a tagger, but Barry's only done that one really hard, strong, good tagging job against Clayton Oliver like a year, 2 years ago. Otherwise, he tags, you know, not all the time, but he's like more of a soft tag. He's not like the Windhager of late or Bedford, but I still feel like Goulden can get a lot of the footy. I've highlighted Josh Dunkley, but I said could get to like $1.45, $1.50, so maybe wait on that. Goal scorers, Tom Papley's been in great form of late. Chad Warner, mid and will play up forward. What the fuck? How is he averaging like 2 goals a game? That's insane. Cam Rayner's had a good month and a half. He's kicked a goal in every game for the last 6 weeks. And Kyle Lohmann, who I've highlighted, we have a green, so always hard to say no. And it's great that we can find the value from this table doing it that way. So yeah, no, I like Kyle Lohmann there. I don't think he'll get subbed. We have a new gamer, someone playing their first game, which I can't find. It was like, oh fuck, who was it? The name's escaping me. I'm pretty sure they'll be playing in the forward line. Henry Smith, that's right, and Logan Morris is out, so can't actually bet on him. Henry Smith. Oh, there you go, Henry Smith. Yeah, $1.67, 0-0. There you go. So I don't think Kai Lohmann will be subbed. And Kai Lohmann did have a stretch where he was getting subbed a lot, but he's really, proven himself that he's a regular in that side. So I think he can, hold his spot and shouldn't be risk of sub. I mean, I said that, and then fucking Jasper Fletcher got subbed, and I thought he was like a lock for the team. Anyway, second last game, the second one for the Sunday. Ed Langdon, Neil Bullen, straight up. I just like no matter what. Corey Wagner, who we bet on about a month ago. I think it was here where he got 15, or was it the 21? Anyway, he's just backed it up. So I'm like, all right, I can jump back on him. He's shown a good month of footy. Neil Bullen, gone under the radar all year, still over $1.20, 10 out of 10. Like, he's been great. Ed Langdon, again, nothing to say. Playing on the wing, still gets a lot of the footy. Easy to spot as well, usually wearing the long sleeves. I've highlighted Jago O'Meara, but, can have those games where, like, you can kind of write him off in, like, the first quarter or half. So, it does have good games, but those are the only 2 misses he's had in, like, three months. So, yeah, I've highlighted him, but haven't gone him personally because no one in for 20. Jordan Clark, Hayden Young, I like, but just for those short odds, not really worth it. Again, if I've got a little note for myself, odds usually get better on game day. If they do go out to $1.20, I'd jump on them for sure. But Caleb Sarong and Andrew Brayshaw both missed last week, so yeah, really rate those guys. Absolute fantastic ball getters, ball magnets. Caleb Sarong, Andrew Brayshaw, much of a muchness. I know Sarong's averaging like just over a posse more, but for the $1.35, yeah, I would probably go Brayshaw. Oh, I have, yep. So I've gone Brayshaw in my bet. And I've Cozzy Pickett for a goal. Probably the only one there that I like for that value. But yeah, it'll be a good game because I know, Melbourne need... there's so many good games recently. Like, who's going to make top 4? Who's going to make top 8? So we'll see how Melbourne play. Yeah, anyway, so flying through. Last game this week. Carlton North. Ooh, will Carlton drop out of the top 4? No, they should win this one comfortably. Anyway, oh yeah, this is a rough 15 posi bracket. Like, there's so many, there's so many good players in the 15 posi bracket, but they're just butchered odds-wise. So I've said it for every Sunday game. The odds usually get better, so might have to wait. But again, the bet I've included... Oh, actually, yeah. So Aiden Coll has hit in his last 3 games. He's hit 3 out of 4 in his last month. And come on, is the ball not going to be like 80% of the game going to be in North's defensive 50? Surely he'll be taking kickouts. There might be like a free, or he'll help out in one way or another. So I know he'll probably be on like Mackay or something, or will I don't know, because I know what's Comden? Oh, his name escaped me. Is his name here? Oh, Charlie Comden or Comden. He, the full forward and now turned defender. Yeah, Charlie Comden. I don't know. And Griffin Logue's back. But yeah, I've highlighted Aiden Coll. I've gone that path. George Wardlaw and Blake Acres are kind of like, you can see here. George Wardlaw, 10 out of 10, averaging 20. Blake Acres, that is no value. But the point is, by this time, if we're using Neds or Ladbrokes, whatever, you'll have one... you place 3 legs, and if one fails, you get your money back. So I've gone just what I think are pure certainties, and we're at $3 anyway. I don't want to get greedy because I'm kind of using that as a fail-safe if Aiden Coll doesn't hit, who I like, but Aiden Coll being $2.45. And again, I know he's 5 out of 10, but his form of late has been very good, and his misses 12-12. He's getting pretty close. I just think he'll have plenty of opportunities to get the footy there. Just unlucky about everyone else being such shit odds. So I do like Blake Acres. I like Adam Chera. I like George Hewitt, but I mean, how much of the footy is going to be shared around? Nick Newman, I've highlighted but haven't gone on. So again, he's been great. He still gets a lot of the footy. Again, because his misses are kind of close. So it's not the fact that he's versing North Melbourne. I just kind of like the Aiden Coll strategy right now. LDU just missed by 1 posi last week. He's only had 1 stinker for the year, so again, usually I'd back him. Usually this bet would probably be like LDU, Nick Newman, Cherry, Hollins, but kind of mixed it up a little bit. Goal scorers will be rough. You're probably better off doing like 2 or 3 goals for Mackay or Kerno. I haven't looked into that, but Charlie Kerno has been a bit down on form. I know like 3 goals doesn't really say that, but yeah, maybe this is the game where he can kick like 5 or 6, get that big confidence boost as the lead up to finals. But yeah. Anyway, so that's the bet for this week. Hopefully we pop off, we keep getting the tally up, and remember, this tally is all the bets that I've shown on screen, and it's all under the assumption that if you lose by the 1 leg, you get the bonus bet, because I mean, that's what I do anyway. It's what I've said pretty much in every video, so hopefully we can keep it up, and yeah, we'll touch base again next week. All right, peace.